Every adventure game has gear that can be crafted or found in loot boxes and chests. Hytale is no exception to this, as we know that there will be different variations of armor in the game. Today, everybody, we're going to be taking a look at the armor system in Hytale and everything that we know about it. If you want to see more Hytale videos like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button to be notified when a new video goes live. And also, guys, by the end of the year, my goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers, so if you want to help me by smashing that subscribe button, that would be really appreciated. Okay, cool, so thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, what is going on? CanadianFlash here, guys, and today, everybody, we're going to be talking about armor in Hytale. Surprisingly, I've never talked about this before. I can't believe it. I said I was going to do that after the weapons video, and that video did really great, so hopefully this one does pretty well too. I made a little different type of thumbnail for it, so I'm just testing to see if that kinda will work with the algorithm, who knows. But to start, we're going to talk about the different types of armor that are going to be in Hytale, and the first thing that comes to my mind are like the different type of ores in armor. And there are a couple different type of ores that we can see in Hytale that will probably have different types of armor. We've already seen like thorium and all that, but we're going to take a look at some of them right now. Alright, so the first type of ore that we'll probably be able to find in like the beginning zones or caves or something is going to be copper. And we know that copper is probably going to be one of the weaker armors in Hytale. I do know there's a girl in this like copper armor. It looks pretty cool. It's just copper. It's probably not that good. Like the sword and the weapons research has a hole in it, so it's probably not the strongest, but maybe is pretty good for early on in the game. And then after that, there is going to be iron, and iron, once again, is probably going to be kind of close to maybe Minecraft iron armor or Minecraft chainmail probably, and it's not going to be the strongest armor in the world, but you know, it'll be good for like maybe the mid-range game caves, or maybe the early game caves. Probably don't want to use an iron, probably don't want to use like iron armor late game. You'll probably die pretty quick. After that, we have thorium, and that is the green armor that we have seen actually quite a bit of. We have a video of the guy in full thorium armor battling the spiders, which is really cool. I love that video. It's really cool. And the thorium armor honestly looks like, it looks fantastic. It looks great. So we've seen quite a bit of thorium armor. It's probably a somewhat late game, not like extremely late game, but probably like high or pretty late game armor. But you know, you could probably maybe just have a few bits of thorium, and then maybe you can still be wearing a little bit of iron. You'll probably be fine through most of the adventure mode with that. And then there is the final one. In my opinion, this looks like diamond. It's kind of like a Minecraft thing. Kind of looks like diamond, but it is going to be cobalt. And we really haven't seen anything about cobalt so far in Hytale. All we have is this one little blue little dagger that we see in the weapons research concept art. If there is something that I've completely forgot about, leave it in the comments. I'll probably bring it up in the next video or something. But yeah, I think that's all we have of cobalt so far. It's not too hard to maybe miss a blue glowing like chest piece or something, so I don't think we have cobalt anything so far in Hytale. So next I want to talk about the different zones in Hytale and what type of armor you can get per each zone. There's one little like, I don't know, like note that I want to say before I mention this, that it's not confirmed in Hytale that there's going to be like a cold or hot system if your player gets hot in zone 2 or cold in zone 3. So maybe these ideas can get flushed out the window, but just for example, you go into zone 3, which is the winter zone, and it's cold. Maybe you have to put some more thermal insulated armor on, like maybe you have to strip the skin from like a sheep and maybe make some like woolen clothes or something, and then maybe put your armor on top or below it or something like that, and then that's your armor for zone 3. I think that'll be a really cool concept. I know Ark has something like that in their little cold zones, and if you don't, you know, put warm or insulated armor on, you get like hypothermia or something like that. I don't think Hytale will go to that extent, but it will be really cool if there is some sort of variation like that. And also, on the opposite side, in zone 2, like the hot zone, we have seen that players have some sort of like zone 2 like robe or some like, I don't know, it's very light armor. It's not like a full on like metal chest piece. It's just like robes pretty much. And I wonder if that's the type of armor that you'll have to wear in zone 2, because you know, considering it's so hot, maybe if you do actually wear some type of armor there, maybe you can't wear it for long, or you'll just start like baking under the sun in zone 2 or something like that. I think that'll be really cool, and amazing concept for Hytale to have. Nox, if you're watching this, that's a really cool concept that I think it'll really add a lot of depth to like battling the zones. I also want to talk about how different mobs have different armors per each zone. And in this like skeleton concept art research thing, you can see that the Zone 3 skeleton and the Zone 2 skeleton look completely different, and that's because they're adapted to their zones. And like, I just want to say, I think the player should do this too to adapt to the zone. I think that'll just be awesome, and if Hytale can do that, man, the game will be fantastic. And then there is there's other types of armors that I think can probably be early game and then probably going to be late game. I mentioned this a little bit before, but I just talked about the ores. But in some screenshots, we see that there's going to be wood armor, or maybe just those regular robes or something. Or in another screenshot, a little bit of padded armor, but it's not really too much. And I believe that these are all probably going to be a lot of early game armors. Or maybe you're just going to only carry like a chest piece or like hand protection or something like that. And all these pieces of armor are just pretty much early game. You'll probably get these once you tackle the beginning parts of Zone 1, or maybe the beginning parts of Zone 3. It really depends on where you spawn, in Zone 2 maybe as well. And these armors, they're not going to last a long time, but they'll be good for the beginning parts of the game, but you're definitely going to want to upgrade. Maybe loot like a Clop den or something to get maybe some iron armor. You find an iron chest piece in there, maybe you grab that. That'll be really cool. And then we're going to move on to the late game armor. And there is quite a bit of late game armor that I can see in Hytale. In the like Scorched Runes image, this guy is wearing like this full red armor set. We don't know what that is. Like, honestly, I mentioned that it could be copper, but I think copper has a darker tint as it's shown in another image. I completely forget what other people have said it might be. It could be another type of metal, maybe like uranium or something like that, or any other types of metal, but not really too sure. But I believe that's going to be a late game armor. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we do have some sort of like gold armor. I have a feeling that it's kind of going to be like Minecraft, but in this like Zone 4 image, we can see this guy wearing like full golden armor. I don't know if it's going to be like from the metal gold or from a different type of like golden looking material that's stronger, but that could be another late game armor as well. And then I also want to talk about elemental armor, because we know that there's going to be elemental like weapons in the game, so why isn't there going to be like elemental armor? What if you grab like a lightning chestplate or like a fire chestplate? We already know there's a fire sword and like a demonic void axe or something like that, so I wouldn't be too surprised if there was going to be like some sort of like elemental armor. Maybe if we get like a fire chest plate, we can maybe use that in Zone 4. I don't know how far I'm going into like the speculation with this, but I think it'll be really cool considering I'm a big fan of the elements, and if we can just become a full elemental god, use like the armor to get like your own elemental dragon and stuff, I think that'll be completely badass, and I'd love to see that in Hytale. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as I upload probably like once a week now or something. Sorry, I have school, it's been super busy, my bad. Yeah, other than that guys, I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, just stay tuned for the next one. I don't know what's coming out, but it'll come out eventually. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.